Hey everybody, welcome to the latest episode of the Rich and Turbo Heavy Half Hour. My name is Rich. You can find me on X at FuzzDoomRip, at all the other socials at rich.paiva, as a Doom Charts contributor and doing reviews for Musopedia of Metal. As always, I have Turbo with me. Turbo, what's going on?
Happy to be international.
Yes, absolutely. We're very excited to go international here. We have the amazing band from Germany, Sheev, with us, who just released their new record. I'm going to say it the American way, and then you guys can say it the way that it should be and explain it, because we had a good discussion about that. But if you're looking at their Bandcamp page and you're a silly American like us, it's called Eight's Alchemist. Whatever it's called, it's amazing. We have Yoshi, Nitzan, and Phil with us from the band. How are you guys doing?
Good. Very good.
Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. If you guys can just introduce yourselves and let everybody know what you guys do in the band, and then we'll talk about that amazing new record, if you don't mind.
I'm Nitzan. I'm a singer, guitar player. Live in Germany.
Yes, my name's Phil. I'm hitting the drums and cymbals in the band. Exactly. Yeah.
I'm Yoshi. I'm doing bass guitar.
How you doing, Yoshi? How you guys doing?
Good. Happy to be here.
Excellent.
Actually, it's our first time we ever did any kind of thing like this. Yeah.
Cool.
No one ever asked us about our music. We only talk about ourselves, asking if anyone ever cared about what we're doing, and now finally we can complain about it.
Yeah, I can definitively say we care about it for sure.
Great.
We love the new record, and it's on everyone who might want to know about this. If you're listening to this, you probably already know a little bit about the band, but it's on Ripple Music. It came out on July 11th, so just dropped on Friday. Got some really excellent reviews, yeah, congratulations on it, because it's excellent. The way I kind of think of it is kind of like almost proggy stoner grunge, which might be, in the wheelhouse looking at your biography. But Nitzan, starting with you, how would you, if you had someone who hadn't heard Sheev before, how would you describe the band to them?
Well, me and Phil are discussing this for years, because we both started the band and we have a lot of similar influences. We got clicked really because we really love Alice in Chains and Opeth. And I mean, we try not to be pretentious about it. We don't want to say that we are like this and this, but yeah. Honestly, if I'm being completely honest, we are in the stoner scene in Berlin, and it's a huge scene here. And we started calling ourselves stoner just to be in the scene, but we have stoner elements. We realize it, and we really like progressive metal. So we just came up with progressive stoner metal. But we don't really put any genres on it. Yeah, we just we play something, we like it, we say okay, it's cool.
Don't want to be pretentious, but you got Tool's producer to produce your record. But we'll get into that a little bit later. Phil, how about you? How would you describe it as one of the first guys in the band?
Yeah, I agree in the sense that we never really thought about putting any boundaries upon us concerning the genre or something like that. And I think what connected Nitzan and me in the first place when we started the band, I think, is that both of us, we have definitely some love for a lot of the music which originated or went big in the 90s. And I think this is also which you can hear on the record, as you already mentioned. Definitely we have this connection to this, let's say Seattle alternative kind of stuff. And this is something I think which influenced us a lot. But then also what I really love and like writing the music together with the guys is that we also bring influences from contemporary music, and this of course is stuff like that we like to listen to, like Opeth, like Mastodon, this kind of stuff. This is the music we listen to. Of course, we have other bands, and I mean, you draw from this, and you try to put it into the writing and creation of the music. So it mingles kind of, it mixes, and what you hear is the output of this. So we're not saying, let's write a death metal song. I can't play it, but like just saying, we don't approach it like this.
But can Nitzan sing a death metal song? That's another question.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
do you want to sing a death metal song? I'm going to probably go with no on that, just based on his the look on his face. Yoshi, how about you? Not there from the very beginning, but what do you think of the band, and how would you describe it if somebody asked you?
Yeah, so I moved to Berlin, I think when was it, 2018, 2017? And I was just looking for like some bands in Berlin to join, and I found their post in one of the Facebook groups. And my first reaction was, oh, this is really groovy, and like that demo was like kind of simple, but then they sent me like some other stuff which was way more complicated. And I was like, okay, it's groovy as well as complicated, and like sometimes a bit technical, and that what drove my interest in the group. So I applied and got in. Well, not applied, just informal communication, and it worked out.
Excellent. I mean, for such a soft-spoken bass player, the friggin' rhythm section, you guys just like shake the whole place up. It's one of the comments that I made in the review that I did was very specifically the rhythm section and how you guys are just bring the heavy, and there's groove behind it, and there's all sorts of that going on. Because Nitzan and Phil called out Alice in Chains, both of them did, I need to know what your favorite Alice in Chains song is before we move on.
Favorite song? Ooh. Favorite song? I think I'd say, is it called like It Ain't Like That?
Nice. Very sludgy, excellent choice. Excellent
When
choice.
I Die, that's the name?
Another excellent choice. Okay, then we're good now. We can move forward. Very
Actually,
good choice.
Google recently if it rained when he died, and it didn't rain.
Depends on where, right?
Yeah, I guess that just depends on your location at the time. Absolutely. Turbo, how about you? I know you and I have chatted about this record a lot. What do you? Any questions that you have the guys to start out?
I thought you were asking me about Alice in Chains.
I know your answer. I think.
As far as, well, mostly I was curious about Alti's Alchemy. As far as Phil, you said earlier before we got going that this was your idea, or so are you big into Greek mythology and all that?
So you want to know where the name comes from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Why?
Alti is the daughter of Strife, right? Or
Yeah.
do you see her as the daughter of Zeus?
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot like if you would look into the chats, because if I remember correctly, this was what we were doing in a chat group and discussing possible names, and then it's like an ever-going how to say that like collection of ideas, let's say, like a brainstorm, and. Oh man, like it took so many turns also, to be honest, like until we got where we are now with the name. And it's not, also to be honest, it's not like we had in mind, oh yeah, let's approach Greek mythology or something like that and then connect it with something. It's not like that. It's a kind of metaphor, of course, for something which we want to express with the name. Yes, so this is how it came up, and I think just this Arti we said, right, or Arte, like how we say it, like as a goddess, she definitely stands for things that we wanted to express with the name, or with the record, like it is.
I think like also our first album was Mind Conductor.
Yeah.
And we kind of liked to have this kind of topic, like Iron Maiden have, that they have this kind of like connection between the albums, that it's always like you have Eddie there, so we wanted to have like a character, and we didn't want to have the main character, we again wanted to have like someone who's doing something for the main character, and so we talked about it, what would it be, and Phil is really into like a bit more of the nerdy stuff of his.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, but he reads a lot of comics, so he had like a lot of cool ideas, and basically me and Yoshi are like, okay, yeah, sure, if this is what she does. I never heard this story before. So it's not like we came up with the name and then we start writing songs.
Yeah.
The name came way after
Yeah.
all the songs. Like it's not a concept album.
So it's not a concept album. It's
No, it's not. Like we have songs that are written like,
Which is-
like
Yeah.
6 years ago. We have like a song that we started reading it,
Yeah.
and like it developed until we recorded it, and then songs that we wrote like finish it. I think a couple of days before the album.
Yeah, that's true. Which is
When
funny
I also
though.
read it for the
Yeah.
when I also read it for the first time, it's like, what's this? It's Alchemist.
Yeah.
So I was in the same boat.
We
I'm
already.
just thinking about you guys were on like a chain doing that, and then I look at some of our text chains, Turbo, and I'm like, I think we were talking about like a burrito earlier.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
just definitely
It's like
not
that,
as deep as that,
Yeah.
for sure.
Exactly.
Excellent. So, yeah, I mean, to me, and you mentioned it earlier, one of the songs that I know Turbo probably has his favorite. I think he mentioned it in a note to me. But I love the song "Cul-de-sac," and what's funny is on "Cul-de-sac," actually I have a promo and it's called "Cul-de-suck." And I was going to ask you guys if it was actually "Cul-de-suck" or "Cul-de-sac," but now that I see it and I got the record, I get it. But I feel like that song is kind of, you know, if I was going to call out like that proggy Alice in Chains kind of sound, that's the one that stands out to me the most. Tell us about that song if you don't mind, and I know Turbo can ask you about his favorite one too after.
It's so funny to me because, like, when you write a song, you discuss it and you think, is this part too long? Would people get like bored because we go like on this riff for like, I don't know, 2 minutes? Is the last part is connected to the other one? Did we just like, you know, is it like really progressing like we wanted to progress? And you write this song and you love it in the beginning and then you play it for like a long time.
A long time.
Play it live.
Yeah.
You know, you play it for a while, and you know, you play it like live, and you see the reaction. Sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's not so good, and you think, and you don't know. And then you tell me that this is your favorite song, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is like we would never think that this would be the favorite song, but I mean, sorry, what was the question?
I'm just talking about like how that one came about, and like I think I blew your mind with picking that one as my favorite one.
Because like I think we really like to create a song that it's not just I have a riff and I have another riff and I have another riff and I have another riff and I just put them all together and this is the song. We really wanted to create kind of like a progression in the song that it's like telling a story from beginning to the end, and it's really a lot of like sitting together and like trying to build it over each other. And the Alice in Chains one, like it was really one of the mark that we gave like David in this part that like the drop that we gave, that we really told him we wanted to sound like Alice in Chains, and we gave him like a lot of like
True.
like reference that this is what we wanted. So the fact that you said that it is Alice in Chains is really cool. Obviously there's a bit of Tool there. Yeah, I really love this song. Yeah, like for me, it started kind of a joke with the first riff that I told Phil, oh look, this is like a really stoner riff, and we just jammed on it. And Phil is like really like, no, I don't wanna like play like shuffle. I'm like, no, let's try it. And then it's really got involved, and we like wrote more on this, and and now it's like I don't know, 8 minutes, 7 minutes song.
Yeah.
8:25 actually, so
Yeah.
more than 8 minutes. It's not the longest one on the record, and I do have a question about the longest one.
Yeah.
But Turbo, you called out a song to me, and I set you up here to have to pronounce a song that I think is German in language, because you mentioned track number 7 to me as one that just kicks total ass.
Oh yeah.
But you know,
I was thinking that's pronounced Toodaloo.
Yeah.
It's not. Is it pronounced
Is that how you
Toodaloo?
pronounce it?
Tüdelüt, yeah. Tüdelüt. Like in German, you speak the T in the end in German.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's like that's a name that I came up with in honor of my grandpa. Like he died some time ago, and this was an expression that he always used. Like whenever that was funny. Whenever he was fighting with my grandma, like he ended every discussion with saying "toodaloo," you know, and so this is what is referring to this a bit. Also to keep his memory alive, you know, putting this expression on a record. Also, yes.
Very cool. And you play that one loud too, and it's just it's just a killer song. I think Turbo was hearing "toodaloo," like. I don't know if you have that expression, but it's like it means like it's like an oldie way of saying goodbye, like toodaloo, like and.
I also have this, yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Okay. The other song that stands out to me, and I think it kind of Nitzan, when you were talking about like the progression of the song and the build and a lot going on and changes and stuff, Sabris to me has a lot of that going on too. It's like to me one of the most. I think the way that I explain, or how I started out my review of the record was it's the most kind of complex, accessible record that's kind of out there right now. And Sabris to me is a perfect example of that because you got a lot of stuff going on there and it's going in all sorts of directions. Tell us a little bit about that one if you don't mind.
This one I think was kind of I wrote it from beginning to end, so maybe this is why it's the most story. So I just did like a riff, and I mean I have a process that I'm like just mostly when I have meeting at my company. It's okay, I'm fired already, so it doesn't matter. They can know it now. So they have meetings. I'm on mute. I have no computer, so I'm just sitting with my guitar and like thinking on a riff. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. So I just record it on my phone real quick to have it. And then I go on the computer and I record this riff, and then I sing on it. And then I build like a song. And then go on this and play a riff. And this one was really like flowing really good. And then I send it to Phil. Probably with like a bit of drum on it, that like a drummer with like 7 hands needs to play, and he was like telling me, man, you're exaggerating with the drum, but he takes it and makes it into his own. And yeah, it was really like we were like sitting on it for a while, and we're still sitting on it, because this song really needs to have. Also, I think one of the reasons why we brought another song with our second guitar player, that we thought, okay, we really want to create like this sound, like that there, like a house of sound that it's covering everything and it's starting the story, and like you just feel it. You don't want to get bored at any time. And you're just sitting there and you're listening to it, and it's always changing, and at the end it's like fading out.
Yeah, it's killer. The interesting thing about I think listening to the record before I looked up who your producer was I didn't get any Tool. Like I didn't hear Tool, and then I looked at the albums that your producer Dave Buttrill produced, and I'm like, I now it's kind of clicking in here, and I kind of hear it. First of all, Turbo, David Buttrill, there is a connection to Sheev, to a band that I think Turbo and I only care about, a band called I Mother Earth. Dave Buttrill produced the Quicksilver Meat Dream album by I Mother Earth. First podcast mentioning I Mother Earth outside of Canada, like in the 2000s. So anyway, really cool band that we love. Interesting that he produced that. How did you get hooked up there? How did you start to work with him, given, I mean, Hushed and Grim by Mastodon, the Tool records, some really, really cool stuff there. How did that all come to be?
Phil, what should I add?
How did this? Yeah, I mean, I was not responsible for making this happen. To be honest, we were in the we planned for recording. When was it? Last year, right? Yes. Yeah. And then we started fixing all the personal questions. Let's say like who's about to mix and master, and we thought about it. Which sound do we want to approach? And if I remember correctly, things were almost kind of fixed, right? We had a certain idea like how to approach the entire record, until you told me that something miraculous happened.
Yeah, I just like, I mean, basically, like, it didn't, if we're being completely honest, it didn't like produce the album. Yeah, he mixed the album, and like we came with them with like the complete. Like kind of finished songs that we needed to get mixed, but it really brought the sound that we wanted to have, like on the album, obviously. And but I just I said, if we wanna someone to mix the album, and I really love like the Mastodon album, why not just asking the guy who did the Mastodon
Yeah.
album? Like, what worst case they would say no, and it's fine. And then like his manager answered me and like, oh yeah, listen to your thing and he want to talk to you. And then we talked to him and he said, yeah, well, let's go for it. And me and Phil were here together in this room, and then we finished the call, and we were like, "What?"
I mean, you tell it pretty much down to earth now. But for me, at this point, it was like, "Oh wow, it didn't even listen to this stuff. That's interesting." You know, because I mean, with the first record, it still felt kind of small, you know, and we wouldn't have guessed that. David would have listened to the stuff and even considered it, you know, to be one of his next projects. That's what I mean. And we were overwhelmed by the positive response, of course. So, yeah.
That's pretty cool. You'd be surprised at how many bands that we've talked to who have just like, I just asked.
Yeah.
You know, and people get a positive response out of it. So
exactly. I mean, with something, cool. Sometimes you really have to be brave. That's the thing. And then you ask. And the worst thing which can happen is that you don't get a response, or they say no, and then then I'm fine, you know. But the best thing which can happen is that you make it, you know, and that they want to help you. And yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool. Like there's the band from the U.S. from Arizona here, Goya. They just put out a new record. And they had Jack Endino, the famous, you know, Seattle producer from the '90s, produce the record, and we're like, how did that happen? That is freaking awesome. We're going to try to get both of them on the show to find out how that ultimately happened. But I have a feeling it was very similar. Somebody asked the question, and he's like, sure, I'm available, and I like your sound. Let's do it. Very, very cool stuff. And when you start looking at the list of bands that he's mixed or produced or been around, you can definitely start to hear that. So mission accomplished there. Excellent. Yoshi, I wanted to ask you as kind of a newer member of the band, and Phil as a founding member / drummer who, how can I put this by just meeting you, a drummer who has a lot of input in the band. Let's say that, a lot of influence in the band. How did it work to kind of, you know, Nitzan has a point here.
I have to stop. Yoshi's not a new member in the band.
No. But Yoshi's been new, but it's not new.
He's from the beginning.
Yoshi's from the beginning, but the other guitarist is new.
He's
okay.
Yoshi's from the beginning. Like we just made Phil started. We had like a couple of crappy songs, and then Yoshi came and gave us the.
Okay, I misunderstood. I thought it sounded like you guys were kind of doing a lot. I know there wasn't a record yet, but I thought you guys were doing a lot of stuff together. Then Yoshi had. Okay, one song.
He's with us from the beginning. He's in the contract in the contract.
Okay.
He's just too shy and quiet to say anything, you know, just to let it go.
Let me rephrase my question then. Yeah. Yoshi, given that on this you're kind of laid back and you're reserved, is that how it is when you guys are writing and putting songs together? Because it doesn't sound like it when you listen to the friggin' rhythm section of Sheev, because you guys are a monster. How does that dynamic work between you guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly as you said. So I let them fight each other. And then when it's time to intervene, I'm like, guys, let's stop.
Oh, I love it. The peacemaker, the guy who comes
in,
you know.
No, I mean, we used to be just three of us, so I used to be the tiebreaker, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
But now that's changed. But still, yeah. I mean, they come up with these amazing riffs, complicated stuff, structures, and they're amazing on itself. And I try to like balance it with a bit of simplicity, I would say, and not try to play exactly what Lizzie plays or what Phil plays, but like try to, what's the word? Complement it in a way. Yeah.
Very cool. It's
Yeah.
Go ahead, Turbo. What were you going to say?
I was just agreeing with him. He does a very good job.
Agreeing with him. Yeah. So how often did he have to play tiebreaker between Nitzan and Phil when decisions are made?
Uncountable. it very often, very often. I mean, like it's a very, let's say it's a very intense but benevolent, I'd say, creative process, you know, because we put a lot of energy in it, and it's we definitely have discussions here and there, like how to play stuff, you know, because you can approach riffs from, I don't know, tons of different perspectives and go into different directions and all this kind of stuff, and we have discussions about that, like how to play what and when and whatever. And yeah, Yoshi's definitely right. Like I think sometimes it's good to be also like to be three people, to be a three piece, you know, and then it's good to have someone who's changing the, how to say that, like you know, changing the balance into a certain direction so that it's possible to make a decision. And it's fine like that, you know, because sometimes you need to get out of your comfort zone, out of your own perspective, hear somebody else, and then it works definitely for the better.
Yeah, and coming from such a calm point of view, it seems too, the message might be a little easier to stomach. And you guys aren't writing like, you know, 2-minute Blink-182 songs with like, you know, 3 chords. So there's a lot of discussion, I'm sure, that has to go into like structure and editing and you know, how long songs are and stuff. So so now that I understand the three of you have been here from the beginning, you added a fourth member, and I assume part of that was to translate that kind of big sound that you were looking for, that you were looking to get, whether it's live or in the studio. So how did that come to be that you brought on the new guitarist?
I think, like, I mean, in the first album we also played, like, it was always 2 guitars, yeah? And we came to a conclusion that like most of the band that we like are 4, if not more, with even a keyboard. And the sound that we want to create, if I do a solo, I want to have something in the back there, and not just like Yoshi, as much as it's loud and can push the distortion, is not enough. Yeah, and I really love to have layerings on guitar, to have like 2 different like octaves on the guitars to play with each other. And so for this you need another guitar player, and it just makes, like, as soon as the song would came and we play with it, we were like, oh, this is what, like, it makes everything better. Also for my life, yeah, because I used to play stuff that I need to sing on, and I was like, my brain would get like into a tongue war. I really need to, like every gig I would be like, please let this over. Am I even playing it right? I don't even know because I'm singing the lyrics. I'm like, just okay, this part is over. Okay, back to the chords. Okay, and now I'm just telling him, okay, you do this. I go to the chords and I sing the song. Yeah. So yeah, and I think it makes it like just way warmer and nicer and like bigger and better.
As a non-musician, watching someone play lead guitar and sing is mind-blowing that someone can do it. And then watching the drummer from Mastodon play drums the way he does and sing, I'm like, this is like something I can't even put my head around somebody who could do something like that. So just like shout out to you that you could even do 2 things at once. And 2 things that are so intricate at once. But yeah, I can see how it might kind of ease up on, especially playing live, right? Just having that kind of extra sound there. Cool. Now, as you know, anyone who listens to the show and looks at my hat knows that the new record came out on Ripple Music, and I think I read somewhere that you guys waited a pretty good amount of time because you wanted to be on Ripple and have Ripple release it. Todd's a listener, Todd's a friend, we love Todd, but we also know that like there's a queue for people to have records released. Why was it important for the record to come out on Ripple?
I think we can already see the why is it important. Like we are here because of it. Yeah, we get reviews from places we never thought we're gonna be. And we thought, okay, we finished it a year ago, or even more than a year, like May 2024, and we couldn't release it on ourselves and see what's going to happen, or we could have Ripple behind us that really putting it into people's ears, eyes, anything, with a PR behind them. And we had a discussion with all of us basically, and thinking like we were like 1 year is a lot of time to sit on an album, but honestly, it passed pretty quick. I mean, we were just we just waited, played some show, wrote some song for the next album. I don't know. Yeah, and now we see that I think I think it was worth it. Like honestly.
Yeah. No, were there any bands or any albums from Ripple that you were like, this is why I want to be on this label, or any specific reason why, say like Ripple was your choice?
I really like Tidal Wave.
Excellent.
I
Yes.
really like this the album. I even wrote them about it, and I told them I don't do it mostly, but I just had to tell them because I really like the album. But they are also like they are. I mean, I always see anything that comes out, I listen to it, and I mean, Todd has like a really good taste. And again, we just ask, and we ask from the first album, and it was like, oh, it's nice, but it's a bit like it's already late, and I don't think it's going to work. And I was like, okay, so just keep me in mind. And he was like, yeah, okay, no problem. I thought, okay, it's probably he's just saying it, and actually it did, and it worked. And
Yeah. He has uncanny taste. I love pretty much everything that Ripple puts out, and I think also, as much as he might like somebody's first record, I think he also likes to make sure that the band is a thing. Like it's going to be like a like a long term. This is we're kind of committed to this band, and let's make that happen. And he rarely, if ever, misses. And sometimes I think people think I'm biased because I think Todd's a great guy, but like he just has such an ear. Like the stuff that comes out is just so really really good. And that's very cool. I mean, congratulations for being on Ripple and getting kind of that getting the record out there. I saw, looking at your bio, some of the places, as you mentioned, that reviewed the record. Some big publications that it's pretty cool for a band on their second record to have. So Congrats on that. Turbo, what else do you have for the guys while we have them?
One of the things that I was listening today, and I thought I heard something, and I'm prone to thinking I hear stuff in a lot of different music. I'm listening to King Mustard today, and all the layers that y'all got going on, I can hear a lot of different stuff, and the way your vocals and your harmonies are buried in it to help kind of round out the song, make it fuller. But there's two places in that song that I feel like buried deep in it is somebody just screaming their lungs out. And I didn't know if that was part of it or if that was just my imagination.
So before you answer this, there's a segment now that we do on the show, which is Turbo hearing things? And a lot of the times he is. I think he's like 1 out of 4 right now that he heard what he thought he heard. So we'll just preface that with this before
now
you
the logo comes with Dazi. I don't even know the answer, because I know there was time that I had an idea of like shouting in the back in the studio, and I think that you were like, "What are you But I don't even sure if it was this song. So I don't think you guys know. I don't think so. I don't think we have anyone shouting in the back. Which part?
Yeah, I'm also curious now.
I should have wrote that down because I was thinking about almost 2 minutes into the song. I don't know. It's very light. It just seems very. Yeah.
No. I think it's again you.
All right.
Okay.
It's what makes the segment great,
Well,
actually.
maybe we
Right?
should.
Turbo?
In my mind, there's always
There's always
Maybe-
someone
always be
shouting.
somebody screaming.
Turbo's
Maybe
not.
it's so good. Maybe David is so good that he just put it in the back, and we don't need it.
Yeah, you wouldn't have even known it. Excellent. So I know you mentioned playing out and playing live. Do you guys you play locally? Are you doing any tours, or what does that look like for Sheev on this for this record?
I'll be. So yeah, like what do we do? In September we play a show on the western side of Germany. The record release we planned for October, right? Here in Berlin. And apart from this, we don't have very much going so far, do we? No. So, I mean, it's definitely, like, we definitely want to promote the record also by doing some more touring and, like, going out for a bit, like, for a longer stretch of time. But yet, there are no concrete plans. No, unfortunately not.
Okay. I'm sure people who will want to see you guys out playing the record and go to the record release show. So that's very cool that you have that. Any bands that you would want to shout out in your local scene who maybe you're friendly with, who you play shows with, or this is my part of the show where I always try to find some stuff I haven't listened to, and then as you're telling me, go into my Bandcamp want list. Any bands out there that you guys are would say, you know, in our scene, these are some of the better bands that we hang with or play with or we've seen?
Our friends are like from our rehearsal space, and we're also friends because of it. They're playing like psychedelic rock and also a bit progressive. They're like a Banamat. You heard of them?
I have not.
Really cool dudes, and now they also send me the new stuff that they do, and they're going even more cooler. I think the next album or the things that are going to come out is going to be really, really cool. Phil, you have someone?
Yeah, the guys that invited us to their record release show and that we are playing together with in October, right? Voltron. Don't know if you have heard about them yet. Very good band from Berlin. Like, exists for a longer time already. Like, I love them. They have a very sludgy sound, very heavy, doomy, sludgy sound. Yeah, I don't know. Like, also kind of tricky arrangements here and there. And I like the mix again between the heaviness and the riffs and the trickiness and good groove, and yeah, amazing. Love it.
Excellent. Send them my email. I'd love to get some of the bands in the scene on the show and help to push some of those ones that you guys like. Awesome. Turbo, anything else that you have with the guys while we have?
Well, you don't have anything.
Longer than we said.
You don't have anything live going on, but you did just release a video for To The Loot. Whose idea was it to have their head floating around?
I loved it.
So this we also had discussions and fights about.
The hell I love.
Wait. I tell you exactly what happened. So I'm like a filmer in my company. I'm a video editor and I do film like for my company, and I have like a green screen, and they basically told me, oh, there's a chance we're gonna take it from you. And I'm like, okay guys, they're gonna take everything away. We have to make a video now. We're going like this week to the rehearsal room, and I'm just shooting all of you. I don't know what is gonna happen. I don't know what is video gonna be. Let me shoot you playing the song, and then we come up with something. And then I was sitting here for hours and hours doing like version after version, sending it to them. They were like, this shit, oh, it's okay, oh, it's good, blah, blah. In the end, not everyone were happy. And I just told them, guys, I'm sorry, this is what I have. I have like a baby here. I don't have time to do anymore. This is the video. We're going to put it out there. Some people will like it, some people won't like it. It doesn't matter. It's about the song anyway. Yeah? And until now, no one complained. So like, someone said, okay, it's cool. That's it. I also I don't think we take ourselves so seriously. Also, like, it's just a video so people could watch something while they're at least listening to the song.
Yeah. It's always fun to have a band whose music sounds very serious, but then like you guys don't take yourselves so seriously, which is to me a fun kind of combination there. Is there a King Mustard 1 that I don't know about? That was the one question that I needed an answer to. Is there a King Mustard 1?
Do we want to tell the secret about the name of King Mustard 2 or not? No.
Let's keep this in the vault.
Suspense.
Let's keep this in the vaults, you know.
Yeah. No, there's no. We don't know. We only know the second one. He was a really cool dude.
Okay. Thank you. Turbo, did you have anything else that you wanted to ask the guys?
No, I had a whole big thing about Ate, but we'll leave that for another time.
I want to thank you guys. I know it's in your evening there. Thanks for coming out and talking to us for almost 45 minutes. You guys are very, very cool to do that. We love the record. go check out Ripple's Bandcamp page, Sheev's Bandcamp page. Look at the new record. Came out on July 11th. Ate's Alchemist. I'll say it quickly so it sounds like I know how I'm saying it.
Just real
if you
quick,
like-
that part of
yeah,
did
sure.
you all create the first track? Did you all find those clips, or was that stuff that you all created yourself? Oh,
I was again sitting for hours on highlights and thinking. Also, like I didn't even know what was the idea. I just played something on the guitar, and I'm like, okay, I want something that connects to artists, so I want to have like all these like delusions and like depression stuff. So I went, and I need to find like license-free stuff. So I went to like archives that it's license-free stuff. Looked 60s, 70s, and I saw some really cool stuff. And I just build it together, edit it together, put everything. Yeah.
Awesome. Sounds like between the video
That's
and
really
the
cool.
opening track probably took you as long to do those two things as it did for the amazing record that you created.
Yes.
But again, Ate's Alchemist came out July 11th on Ripple Music. Go buy it. It's killer. The songs are great. If you like Alice in Chains and grungy stuff and stoner stuff and prog stuff, but it all in a blender, perfectly melded together, you will love this record. Yoshi, Nitzan, Phil, thank you so much for joining us from Germany, taking our show international for one of the few times that we do. We really appreciate it and hope you guys can come talk to us again some other time.
Yes.
Thank you very much for having
Thank
us.
you very much.
Awesome.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys. Have a great night.
All right, thank you. Yep.
It was good.